Good evening and welcome to the programme with me, Alice Bandukravi. This summer, Paris has introduced new rules which allow cyclists to jump red lights, a move aimed at cutting accidents. Now there are growing calls from campaigners to bring the idea to London. A cyclist who narrowly escaped death when he was hit by a lorry last year has called on the mayor to follow France's lead. Catherine Carpenter reports.
The faces of some of the cyclists killed on London's roads, 8 of them in this year alone. Each death has led to calls to make cycling safer. Now some campaigners say new rules in Paris should be brought in here.
La mesure est expérimentée depuis 2013 à Paris.
The French capital has followed other cities in allowing cyclists to go through some red lights. A sign shows where it's allowed, usually at a right turn where cyclists can hug the pavement. The onus is on them to give way and make sure it's safe.
As long as you keep your attention about you and watch out for pedestrians, it works really well, and it means that cyclists can get a move on and get ahead of traffic safely.
Campaigners in Paris say that when cyclists have to think for themselves at junctions rather than just following the lights, they're more aware of their surroundings and safer. They also say that giving them a head start stops them getting stuck down the side of trucks and buses as they wait for the lights to change. So what about here in London? Could we save lives if red didn't always mean stop? Bart Chan thinks so. He still bears the scars of being run over by an HGV last May.
It just moved its wheel slightly towards the curb and took out my space and hit my back wheel and hit me, sent me under the wheels. So, I mean, it would have made a big difference if I had an extra 5 or 10 seconds. It could have, meant me not being involved in a collision.
But another campaigner who films all his journeys says the French scheme puts all road users at risk.
It will not make me feel safer because I use the road, because there are certain rules using the road. Why formalise, violation?
It won't be safe, but they just have to be careful, and also other drivers need to look out for them too.
It's terrible on the roads for driving with cyclists on your left-hand side, and no, I don't agree with that. Tell Boris no.
I mean, when it comes to the safety aspect, it's probably not the smartest thing in the world. But if it gets you to work quicker, I suppose, why not?
In a bid to make cycling safer, City Hall has already introduced segregated cycle lanes, cycle superhighways and been trialling new low-level signals. Today, the Mayor's cycling commissioner said he hasn't ruled out introducing the French approach to red lights. Catherine Carpenter, BBC London News.